The hidden truth about toys for children under 5. What neuroscience reveals. What if I told you that giving your child more toys might actually be making it harder for them to focus, imagine, and learn? Stay until the end. This will change how you parent. Parents love their children. So we buy toys, educational toys, talking toys, light-up toys, believing we're investing in their future. But neuroscience tells a quieter, more uncomfortable story. From age 0 to 5, the developing brain forms over 1 million neural connections per second. But the developing brain doesn't grow best from more stimulation. It grows best from meaningful interactions. So if more toys aren't the answer, what actually builds a child's brain under age 5? The answer might surprise you, because it doesn't come from a store. Instead of more toys, give your child the following alternatives. Alternative number 1, human interaction, the brain's primary growth engine. Before language apps, before educational toys, there was conversation. Neuroscience calls it serve and return interaction. When a child babbles, and you respond. When they point, and you name what they see. Each exchange strengthens neural connection for language, emotional regulation, and attention. Neuroscience identifies the serve and return interaction as foundational to early brain architecture. No toy can replace that. When a caregiver responds to a child's sounds, gestures, or words, neural connections strengthen, especially in areas responsible for language, emotional regulation, and executive function. The landmark Harvard Center on the Developing Child demonstrates that children exposed to consistent serve and return interactions develop denser, more integrated neural networks than those exposed to passive stimulation. A major U.S. study by Hart and Risley showed that by age 4, children who experienced richer verbal interaction had heard millions more meaningful words, strongly predicting later academic and cognitive outcomes. Why this beats toys. No toy, no matter how smart, can adapt to a child's cues in real time. Only a human brain can do that. Best alternative practices includes talking during daily routines, meals, dressing, driving, responding to babbling as if it were conversation, asking open-ended questions, even before the child can answer. Alternative number 2, books and storytelling. Language without overstimulation. A book looks simple, but inside the brain does not experience it that way. Books don't talk at children. They invite children into relationship. What neuroscience reveals would surprise you. Reading aloud to a child activates multiple brain regions simultaneously. Auditory cortex for hearing and language formation. Visual cortex for processing images. Prefrontal cortex, meaning, prediction, attention, and the limbic system for emotional bonding. The American Academy of Pediatrics reports that shared reading produces stronger language outcomes than electronic toys or videos because it encourages joint attention, a key predictor of later literacy and social understanding. Why books outperform electronic toys. Electronic toys speak at children. Books invite children into interaction. Every pause to ask, "What do you see?" or "What do you think happens next?" strengthens attention and comprehension circuits that flashing toys bypass. Alternative number 3, outdoor and physical play. Here's something most parents aren't told. Movement is not separate from learning. Movement is learning. It is cognitive development. Outdoor play strengthens the cerebellum, a brain region linked to attention, planning, and self-control. Children who move freely show lower stress levels and stronger executive function. Children need space and time to explore, not perfectly arranged spaces. A corner, a mat, a floor, a backyard. Open space tells the brain, I am free to explore, and this drives imagination, curiosity, and initiatives. Scientific evidence showed that motor activity in early childhood is tightly linked to spatial reasoning, self-regulation, memory, and problem-solving. No battery-powered toy can compete with sunlight, uneven ground, changing weather, or physical risk assessment. Nature constantly asks the brain to adapt, and adaptation is intelligence in action. Alternative number 4, open-ended materials. Give a child a toy that does everything, and the child does very little. But give a child blocks, boxes, cups, or fabric, and the brain must decide what to do. Psychology research shows open-ended play produces deeper focus, creativity, and problem solving. When nothing tells a child what to do, the prefrontal cortex wakes up. That's the thinking brain. The brain grows best through unstructured, imaginative, self-directed play. When play is open-ended, with no fixed outcomes, the developing brain learns best. The American Academy of Pediatrics emphasizes that toys should support child-directed play, not replace it. Alternative number 5. Chores as learning. Helping isn't a distraction from development. It is development. Simple chores, matching socks, pouring water, wiping surfaces, build sequencing, memory, and confidence. Children feel needed, and the brain thrives on purpose. Developmental psychologists note that purposeful activity builds executive function, working memory, sense of competence, and belonging. Let's put this in clear context. Straight talks to parents. Your child doesn't need shelves full of toys. They need your voice, your attention, your presence, and sometimes the most powerful toy in a child's life is a responsive adult who is fully there. If this helped you rethink parenting, like, subscribe, and share it with another parent. Because raising strong minds doesn't start in toy stores. It starts in everyday moments.